What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97, and welcome to episode number 4 of my WWE 2K16 Universe mode. And we are here with Friday Night SmackDown. Well, I guess now it's Thursday Night SmackDown. And yes, do not adjust your television screens or your computers or whatever you're watching this on, because this is SmackDown. And yes, this is Daniel Bryan making his way down to the ring. Daniel Bryan, the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match this past Sunday at Money in the Bank. And he is here to address the WWE Universe, the SmackDown Universe. And if I'm a betting man, I think he's got a bit of a challenge to lay down for one CM Punk. But this is all speculation. Nothing's concrete just yet. We'll wait to see what Bryan has to say himself. But I feel like this whole shift in universe mode is just going to keep on going, as this is, like I said, a new era in universe mode, and I feel like this could be the beginning of that new era. So let's hear what Daniel Bryan has to say. What's he got on his mind? Allow me to address the elephant in the room here. Yes, this is Thursday Night SmackDown. Yes, I was a Raw superstar. Yes, I am Mr. Money in the Bank. Yes, I have officially been traded to SmackDown. Yes, I am going to challenge CM Punk for his WWE Championship. No, it will not be tonight. Yes, it will be at SummerSlam. Now, my intention isn't to disappoint the WWE Universe. After all, you're the ones who got me here in the first place. Last Sunday at Money in the Bank, because of each and every one of you, I was able to claw my way to the top of that ladder, fight a hell of a fight against Cesaro, and capture the Money in the Bank briefcase. Because of skilled competitors like Cesaro, and Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, and, yes, Curtis Axel, and, yes, even Corey Graves, I was pushed to my absolute limit to win that match, and I respect them for that. I got pretty banged up in that match, however, and I'm sure CM Punk can say the same after his classic match against John Cena. Neither of us are at 100% tonight, and that's why I'm waiting until SummerSlam. I want to be at 100% for this match, and I'm sure CM Punk wants to be at 100% as well. This match has been a year in the making, so I'm not going to ruin it by rushing in while I'm still hurt. Besides, the contract in this briefcase guarantees me a title shot at any time, any place I choose, which is why here we go again. This time it's Wade Barrett making his way down to the ring, and much like CM Punk, it looks like Wade Barrett does not agree with this whole scenario. Daniel Bryan, a Raw superstar, coming over to SmackDown, trying to steal the spotlight. Wade Barrett does not at all look pleased at this development. We'll see what he has to say.
Now wait just a minute. I hate to break it to you, but your little underdog story ends right here tonight. I'm sick and tired of new superstars coming to my show and stealing the spotlight that I have earned over the past year and a half. So tonight, I want you in a match, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Because you're not gonna even make it to SummerSlam after I'm done with you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday Night SmackDown, and, well, what a way to kick off this episode. We've already got a match set in place for this evening, as it will be the main event. Wade, Bad News Barrett, set to go one-on-one with Mr. Money in the Bank, Daniel Bryan. Wow, what an explosive way to kick off main event. As there you can see it on your screen, it is confirmed the main event for this evening, as we're about to get into some women's action, as it's going to be Natalya going one-on-one with Summer Rae, a battle of former Divas champions, and this one is also to determine the 5th participant in the Divas Championship Battle Royal that is going to be taking place at SummerSlam. So this matchup has some pretty big implications on the line, but before we get into it, we also want to take a look at the match card that took place earlier on in the episode. So we can see Titus O'Neil, the Intercontinental Champion, picked up a victory over William Regal, and the team of Tyson Kidd and Jack Swagger defeated the Usos, and we also saw the New Day pick up a tag team victory over the Ascension, making them the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. An upset win there for the New Day, And you know what the rule is: if you beat the champ, more than likely you're going to become the #1 contender, unless there's already a previous contender in place. Then, of course, we can see the third matchup, the middle match that's going to be taking place in between this one and the main event. It will be Roman Reigns versus Erick Rowan. And we know that Roman Reigns, he wants to get his hands on Bray Wyatt. And, I mean, rightfully so, after Bray Wyatt just screwed him out of a victory at Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns could have walked out as the Mr. Money in the Bank instead of Daniel Bryan. But because of Bray Wyatt's interference, Roman Reigns, that title shot just went up in smoke. And now Roman Reigns, he's out for revenge against the Wyatt family. He's not going to get his hands on Bray Wyatt tonight, though. He's going to have to settle for Erick Rowan of the Wyatt family. But we'll get to that match. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. As we can see here, like I said before, a battle between two former Divas champions, as this is also the qualifying match. There will be one more left to take place on Monday Night Raw that will determine the 6th and final competitor in the Divas Championship Battle Royal. Of course, we already know that the likes of Paige, Tamina Snuka, Emma, and Naomi, I should say. I got yelled at in the comment section for my pronunciation of Naomi's name. I would always say Naomi. Sorry. But anyways, those four are already involved in the matchup. Naomi, of course, defeated Cameron on Monday Night Raw to qualify. And now tonight we're going to find out between these two former champions who will get the opportunity to be in that Battle Royal at SummerSlam. And then Monday Night Raw, like I said, the 6th and final participant. So it's going to be a big match set to take place at SummerSlam. SummerSlam, we're looking to make SummerSlam epic. We're looking to make it bigger than Money in the Bank, bigger than Payback, any pay-per-view that has preceded it in universe mode. And yes, even bigger than WrestleMania. I know, that's crazy to make bold assumptions like that, but I think we can get it done. I think we've got a pretty stacked card coming up for SummerSlam. I mean, just taking a look at the matches we already have in place. Seth Rollins versus Shane McMahon. Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose. I know, twice in one night. That's going to be big. Of course, then, the WWE Championship is going to be on the line. Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk, as Daniel Bryan just confirmed that he would, in fact, cash in his Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. And I highly doubt that CM Punk is going to deny that challenge. We know they both wanted this matchup for quite some time, and it's a year in the making. We're finally going to get it done as Natalya hits a discus clothesline, hooks the leg, and no! Summer Rae kicks out at 2 and just barely manages to stay alive in this matchup. Natalya, she's going to have to go for something else, but not. Summer Rae counters the neck breaker, and now look at this. Snap suplex right there from Summer Rae, as Summer Rae now picking Natalya back up to her feet, looking perhaps for a big maneuver of her own. Oh, a sit-out jawbreaker, and that could chip some teeth from Natalya. Summer Rae, truly, I mean, she has been out of the title picture for quite some time since she lost her rematch at WrestleMania to Brie Bella, and this is her opportunity to get back in the fray. As look at this submission hold, but Natalya manages to slip out of it. We know Natalya is a submission expert, but wait a minute, cover here by Summer Rae. 2 count, and no, just barely at the last second, Natalya survives. We know Natalya to be a submission expert, but Summer Rae, she's got some submission moves in her arsenal as well. That one included, that we just saw moments ago. And we have seen Natalya, the last time she was put in a submission, she tapped out, and that was to Emma back on Main Event, and that was, well, it would eventually lead to Emma being in the Divas Championship match at Money in the Bank. So Natalya, she's come close. She's just on the verge of getting back in the title picture, but this could be her chance with a move like this, and it's locked in. The sharpshooter is applied, and Summer Rae, she's got nowhere to go. She's trapped in the center of the ring. Can she escape, or will she be forced to tap out? Yes, she is. She submits. Natalya picks up a much-needed victory here tonight, and she now qualifies for that Divas Championship Battle Royal for SummerSlam. And this is a big opportunity for Natalya. Last time she competed at SummerSlam, she was going in as the champion, when she defeated Caitlyn. Of course, she went on to lose the title to Caitlyn at Night of Champions, but Natalya, so far, she's got a good track record for SummerSlam. Last year, she was the champion, perhaps. Perhaps it's just this time around at SummerSlam, she could win back that title and, you know, be 2-0 at SummerSlam. Definitely building on her pedigree in Universe mode. And unfortunately for Summer Rae, she's got a little more work to do before she can get back in the title picture. She had the chance, but unfortunately she was unable to get the job done. And as for Natalya, you know, the odds are still sort of stacked against her here. She's got a 1 in 6 chance of winning the title, and against some of the competitors in that matchup, Natalya's got her work cut out for her. But I think if anyone is up to the challenge, it's Natalya, as she proved tonight that she is still a dominant force in that ring. Could perhaps be the second ever 2-time Divas champion in Universe mode. But now we're going to move on to the next matchup. The matchup between, well, Roman Reigns, a bit of a grudge match here. And while he may not be getting his hands on the mastermind behind it all, the man with the plan, Bray Wyatt, he's at least getting a hold of one of his disciples, a member of the Wyatt family, in Erick Rowan. As Roman Reigns slowly making his way down to the ring, and you can see Reigns, he's not here to play. He has, just look at that. If we can get away from the crowd for a second, look at that intense look on Reigns' face. Wait a minute, what the hell? What the hell? That's Erick Rowan! Erick Rowan! With a steel chair right to the back of Roman Reigns' legs, and again, striking Reigns with a chair. Are we even back? I think we're, okay, I am getting word in my headset that we are live once again, folks. A steel chair to the skull of Roman Reigns. The Wyatt family once again messing with our tech equipment or something, whatever it is. They're screwing up the broadcast. And now Erick Rowan, the match hasn't even started. This isn't even a match. The referee, he doesn't know what to do. I mean, if I'm not referee, I'm not going to step in between these two behemoths. I know, that's just an injury waiting to happen for this referee. There's nothing really he can do as Reigns again whipped into that ring apron by Erick Rowan. And again, Rowan sending Roman Reigns crashing into the ring apron. And this isn't even fair. Reigns, he's still battered from his match at Money in the Bank in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And oh my God, now look at this. That's Luke Harper. Luke Harper making his way down to the ring as Erick Rowan, he's just attempting to beat Reigns to a bloody pulp here. And to make matters worse, Luke Harper now making his way down to the ring. This is despicable. I mean, Reigns, this isn't even a match. The match hasn't even started. Reigns got jumped from behind, and now he's busted open from that steel chair shot to the skull from Erick Rowan. And now look at this! Another steel chair to the skull from Rowan. Luke Harper just setting Reigns up. And now this is a 2-on-1 assault. Roman Reigns, he can barely stand on his own 2 feet right now. He got clocked in the skull with a steel chair. And now a huge kick there by Erick Rowan. And you gotta admit, Erick Rowan, he does have, I mean, he's a pretty flexible guy, able to get his leg up that high to meet Reigns' face. And now a face buster from Luke Harper. I don't know what to say. This is just like the Wyatt family. I mean, we saw it Money in the Bank. They attacked Roman Reigns. And now Reigns, this 2-on-1 assault, and this is what the Wyatt family brings to the table. The numbers game. And that's something that Roman Reigns, no matter how hard he tries, he cannot outpower the numbers game. As there was a double choke slam from the Wyatt family. Harper picking Reigns up to his feet. And here's Rowan from behind. Picks him up. Slams him down with a full Nelson slam. And Rowan is out. He's out of it right now, folks. And now Harper, he's just measuring him. There's the knee to the guts. Oh, and we know what this sets up. The discus clothesline. Reigns landing right on the back of his neck. And this is just getting from bad to worse, folks. Oh, not again. There he is again. We saw this at Money in the Bank, and now Bray Wyatt, armed with a steel chair. And Reigns, you can just see now the blood flowing down this poor man's face. Bray Wyatt, he's back again. We saw this at Money in the Bank when he delivered Sister Abigail to Reigns. Attacking a broken Reigns once more here tonight on SmackDown. And now a clothesline in the corner. My God, Bray Wyatt. I don't even know how to describe this man's actions. Just vicious as he slams him down with a Uranagi side slam. And I mean, Reigns, he's already defenseless. And Bray Wyatt goes to the corner. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? What? I don't even know what to say. And now Bray Wyatt, he's got Reigns and Sister Abigail. Roman, I'm speechless, folks. This Bray Wyatt, he's just a monster. Well, now we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Friday Night SmackDown, coming to you from Houston, Texas. And yes, we're back, folks. The Wyatt family, we've managed to get our video back into working order. That whatever the Wyatt family are doing, it is not good for our tech equipment, folks. So that is for sure. But we're back, folks. We're live, and we're moving on to the main event. We'll have to hear more from that development with Roman Reigns, and we'll have to check up on Roman Reigns' condition. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, that was one hellacious beating he took from the Wyatt family, and well, we might not see Roman Reigns for quite a while. I'm still struggling to compose myself after what just went down. I can barely even speak without stuttering. This is just the Wyatt family. I don't even know what to say about that. But there's one thing that I can say about this man, and that is yes. Let's move on. Let's move on from that disturbing Wyatt family assault, and let's move on to this. Daniel Bryan, Mr. Money in the Bank, making his return to SmackDown here tonight. And Daniel Bryan, we haven't seen him compete in a SmackDown ring in over a year. I believe the last time Daniel Bryan he competed on SmackDown was in June of last year before he was traded to Monday Night Raw. And of course, Daniel Bryan, he really made his name over on Monday Night Raw, competing against The Shield and amongst many other superstars, Brock Lesnar as well. Daniel Bryan, really, when you think of Daniel Bryan, you think of Monday Night Raw. But now that he's got that Money in the Bank briefcase, he's challenging CM Punk for the WWE Championship, and Punk is on SmackDown. Bryan, I'm not sure if he's even a part of the SmackDown roster, or if he's got that briefcase, and I really don't know. Is he a part of SmackDown? Well, actually, now that I think about it, earlier on he did say that he was now a SmackDown superstar. Although, that begs the question, who did Monday Night Raw receive in order for SmackDown to acquire Daniel Bryan? There must have been some sort of negotiation, some sort of trade taking place. I can't imagine that SmackDown just managed to steal Daniel Bryan without any sort of consequences. I mean, there had to have been some sort of a trade-off. But look at this, Bryan off the ropes. Hip toss attempt, no counter. Hip toss from Daniel Bryan as he takes down Bad News Barrett. And I'm afraid I've got some bad news for Wade Barrett, because Daniel Bryan is coming out of this thing like a ball of fire as he's got Barrett backed into the corner. Tornado DDT delivered from Bryan, and Barrett's skull driven into the mat. And Daniel Bryan now, he's got Barrett reeling, takes him down with a Northern Light suplex into the cover. That's one, and a kick out by Barrett before a 2 count. Daniel Bryan out of the starting gate, counter from Barrett with a nice bare knuckle shot to the gut, and then there was almost a bionic elbow right to the skull of Bryan, and then a kick to the back. Wade Barrett and Daniel Bryan, if there's anything you should expect from these two men, this is going to be, these two men, they do have some technical prowess to them, but considering their very physical styles, this is going to be just an all-out fight. You're going to see a lot of strikes from these two men, and whoa, Wade Barrett with a submission hold here, a camel clutch locked in. And we know Daniel Bryan's quite the submission specialist, but Barrett perhaps looking to beat Bryan at his own game. Bryan counters now with a jawbreaker, and now he's got Barrett up on his shoulders. Oh, and look at Daniel Bryan, an airplane spin here, as he's just spinning Barrett around and around and takes him down. Barrett, he's going to be pretty dizzy after that. Might not even be able to stand, let alone, maintain his balance for over the next several minutes. Oh, but now it's Bryan, perhaps, looking for a submission hold of his own. And look at this beautiful move from Bryan, just completely putting all the tension, the torque on the arms of Wade Barrett. Barrett, he's in trouble right now, as he's still disoriented after being spun around. And we know Daniel Bryan, he took quite a few swings on the Cesaro swing. So, the fact that he's able to, it almost seems as though he's tried to adapt a similar style of a move to his arsenal. I mean, after facing Cesaro, not only did he face him at Money in the Bank, did they go to war, but Daniel Bryan as well. Part of the United States Championship Open Challenge, arguably putting on one of that, suicide dive for Bryan. But he didn't quite get all of it, and you can see he crashed and burned a little bit out on the outside. It wasn't anything colossal, but he still did suffer some damage, and now Barrett just tossing him away, and Bryan, he got tripped up there on the floor. And now it's time for Wade Barrett to go on the offensive. He's gone for a powerbomb. Bryan counters, though, and that would have been ugly. A powerbomb to the floor, and now Bryan, his skull bouncing off the ring post. But a powerbomb out to the floor, that would have been devastating. As Wade Barrett now taking this match to the outside, and this is where Wade Barrett thrives. This is where Wade Barrett can really take control of a match, as he sends Bryan right there into that LED board on the apron. Bryan crashing directly into it, and now into the barricade. Wade Barrett just sending Bryan all over the place. And now look at this, reverse DDT. A lifting reverse DDT there from Wade Barrett. As, like I said, Barrett, he's the bare knuckle brawler, so a striking sort of assault, a match, a brawl out on the outside is certainly going to play to his benefit. As Bryan could be on the verge of a count out here. He's got to get back in the ring, and he does so before a count of 9. But now Barrett with the strikes. Bryan counters back. And now there's a kick to the leg. Oh, and now Bryan firing up the kicks to the chest. And the crowd, they're fully behind Daniel Bryan, 100%. And one more to the skull for good measure, and that might have just knocked Barrett's lights out as he hooks the leg. A kick out by Barrett. Wade Barrett, this is his, like you said earlier, Wade Barrett, this is his brand. Wade Barrett, he's been a SmackDown superstar since the beginning. And look at this, winds of change. Winds of change by Wade Barrett. And he hooks the leg on Bryan. 1, 2, a kick out by Bryan at 1. Well, we saw Barrett kick out of the kicks at 1. Bryan, he doesn't want to show any sign of weakness. This is his SmackDown return. He wants to have a dominant performance. Both of these men, I don't think either can afford a loss. Oh, but wait a minute. Bryan, he's in trouble. Wasteland delivered, and that's got to be it. Barrett hooks the leg. 2 count. And no! Daniel Bryan kicks out of the Wasteland at 2 3/4. It could not get any closer than that, folks. Daniel Bryan on the verge of defeat. And Barrett, he's pissed. He can't believe it. A powerbomb now to Daniel Bryan, sending him down. And like I was saying earlier, Wade Barrett, he is the SmackDown veteran. He feels that it's his job to put these new superstars who are coming over from Raw or debuting from, these various, NXT or whatever have you. He feels like it's his job to make sure that they learn their place, because Barrett has been on SmackDown since the beginning. Never once has he won a world title. But wait a minute. Oh, it could be a lights out for Barrett here as Daniel Bryan running knee right there. And he hits it. And Wade Barrett goes crashing down to the mat. And that could put him away. Bryan hooks the leg. Referee in a position. 1, 2, 3. And that is it, folks. Wade Barrett, once again, he steps up, tries to put show these new superstars jumping in from Raw how it's done, and again, he falls short of the mark. Wade Barrett, whether it's Roman Reigns or CM Punk or now Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett he's not having luck. at keeping these Raw superstars down. And it's evident that perhaps the times are changing, and Wade Barrett, perhaps his time here at the top of SmackDown, could be nearing its end, folks. As we see, there was a couple of close calls in this matchup right there. Wasteland connecting, nearly finished Bryan off for good there, but this was the move that did Wade Barrett in. The running knee. And Daniel Bryan, he's defeated many an opponent with that move. Wade Barrett, just another name to add to that list. So it is a successful return to SmackDown for Daniel Bryan, and that is the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to try to get these Universe Mode videos back up on schedule here. That's the goal anyways. We want to get to SummerSlam, because SummerSlam is going to be epic, guys. You have no idea what's in store for SummerSlam. But anyways, that's enough. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.